This is NBC Morning News in Fairbanks. I am your host, Daniel Sanders. We will start our broadcast with this strange heat wave that is affecting the area. Temperatures of 98 degrees are gripping much of the state. Also, in terms of weather, a strange hurricane has formed 600 miles west of the Alaska Panhandle. The storm Hurricane Jeremiah is a Category 2 hurricane, and wait a sec, there's an activation of the emergency alert system coming through the end deck. Please stand by.
The National Weather Service in Anchorage, Alaska has issued a hurricane watch for all boroughs in southeastern Alaska. Hurricane Jeremiah has formed 600 miles west of southeastern Alaska and is moving towards the area. Hurricane conditions are possible within the next 72 hours. A tropical storm warning and storm surge watch are also in effect for the area. Winds of 78 miles per hour may impact the region. Rain of 2 inches per hour may be possible with the storm. The governor has issued a voluntary evacuation for coastal cities, but it is advised that you get to high ground. Storm surges of 5 feet are expected with the hurricane. Gather enough essential supplies such as food, water and medical supplies to last at least 1 week. Do not call 911 without an actual emergency. Misuse of emergency services will result in arrest and a fine of $800. Shelters in Juneau are located at the Riverbend Elementary School, the Bartlett Regional Hospital and the St. Nicholas Russian Orthodox Church. Shelters in the Haynesboro include the Haynes High School and Haynes Elementary School. Hurricane Jeremiah is a Category 3 hurricane with sustained winds of 123 miles per hour. A hurricane watch and tropical storm warning are in effect for all of southeastern Alaska. This message will repeat in 1 hour.
Environment Canada has issued a tornado emergency for Yellowknife, Yukon. Environment Canada Doppler radar has indicated the presence of several supercell thunderstorms in the area. Several tornadoes have been confirmed by storm spotters in the area. Wind speeds of 800 km per hour are confirmed with each tornado. What is fueling this unprecedented storm is unknown. People must seek shelter underground immediately or face certain death. This is a deadly situation. Avoid all windows. The city will be completely devastated. Remain calm. Do not leave your shelter until the storm is over. More information to come.
Environnement Canada a publié une urgence de tornade pour Yellowknife Yukon. Le radar Doppler d'Environnement Canada a indiqué la présence de plusieurs orages de supercellules dans la région. Plusieurs tornades ont été confirmées par des observateurs de tempêtes dans la région. Des vitesses de vent de 800 km/h sont confirmées à chaque tornade. Ce qui alimente cette tempête sans précédent est inconnu. Les gens doivent immédiatement chercher refuge sous terre ou faire face à une mort certaine. C'est une situation mortelle. Évitez toutes les fenêtres. La ville sera complètement dévastée. Restez calme. Ne quittez pas votre abri avant la fin de la tempête. Plus d'informations à venir.
Hello everybody. Yesterday the National Weather Service issued a hurricane watch for the Alaska Panhandle as well as a tropical storm warning. It is the month of October, yet we're getting very strange weather here. Stores are completely empty after the hurricane watch and a tropical storm warning were issued. The governor has been moved to a safe place. Again with the weather, a series of tornadoes have completely destroyed Yellowknife in the Yukon last night. Storm chasers have said
The National Weather Service in Anchorage, Alaska has issued a hurricane warning for southeastern Alaska. Hurricane Jeremiah is now a Category 5 hurricane with winds of 183 miles per hour. Hurricane conditions are expected in the next 24 hours. Mandatory evacuations are now in effect for coastal areas. Rain of 3 inches per hour will cause severe flooding and will destroy homes. Go to designated shelters immediately. The National Guard will assist the elderly and disabled in evacuation. Storm surges of 23 feet are expected from the combined effects of wind and secondary storms near British Columbia. Do not remain on the coast as you will be killed. Evacuation routes have been opened by civil authorities. All traffic is for outbound traffic only. A state of emergency is in effect for the area. Unruly behavior will not be tolerated. You will be arrested and held in detention without formal charges. Please evacuate in a safe but expedient manner. Have a battery-powered radio with you to obtain updates. This message will repeat. The emergency alert system has been activated. The National Weather Service in Anchorage, Alaska has issued a tornado warning for the entire Valdez-Cordova census area. A cluster of supercell thunderstorms that destroyed a large portion of the Yukon Territory in Canada have moved into the area. Threat is massive tornadoes. Source: storm spotters and radar indicated. Tornadoes with winds of 500 miles per hour are affecting the entire borough. Devastating winds and lightning will level entire cities. Precautionary action should be taken immediately. Seek shelter underground now. Gather enough food, water and medical supplies to last at least 2 weeks. This storm system is expected to merge with Hurricane Jeremiah in the next 4 hours. This message will repeat.
Daniel Sanders here, and we nearly got clipped by a band of tornadoes from the Yukon, but sadly we are running on our backup generator. Power lines were completely destroyed. The entire Valdez-Cordova census area has been obliterated by the storm. Sources from the National Weather Service state that the band of tornadoes is expected to collide with Hurricane Jeremiah in the next few hours. Oh boy. If this happens, heaven help us all. Nothing like this has ever been recorded in human history. We'll be back after a short break. Oh dear God, this has never happened.
A civil danger warning has been issued at the request of the Federal Emergency Management Agency. A massive storm system from Canada has merged with Hurricane Jeremiah. Catastrophic tornadoes have formed across southeastern Alaska. Hurricane Jeremiah has been deemed a superstorm by the National Weather Service. The hurricane now has winds of 300 miles per hour. Tornadoes with winds of 550 miles per hour are striking all major cities in southeastern Alaska. Storm surges of 60 feet have caused catastrophic flooding. If you are inland, seek shelter underground. If you are still on the coast, prepare for the end. There is no possible way to survive on the coast. Superstorm Jeremiah is expected to make landfall in the Haynesboro shortly. If you can, evacuate as far north as possible and as quickly as possible. This superstorm will last until tomorrow, but it will continue to cause devastation before it dissipates. Normal programming has been suspended. This message will repeat.
Superstorm Jeremiah has dissipated over central Canada. This has been confirmed by storm spotters and Doppler radar. There is no information yet on the death toll. Search and rescue crews have entered the disaster zone. One firefighter has stated that Juneau looks like it has been hit with a nuclear weapon. The Federal Emergency Management Agency has entered the disaster zone to provide temporary housing for people who lost their homes. I'm sad this is really bad to say, but Superstorm Jeremiah will go down in the history books as the worst weather disaster in human history.
A law enforcement warning has been issued for Leanville, North Carolina beginning at 4 p.m. Monday to 11 p.m. Tuesday. A man dressed up as Adolf Hitler has been going around attacking people by biting. There have been 12 injuries and 1 fatality. Police are working at apprehending the Hitler-dressed man. Please remain indoors until police can get a handle on the situation. Stay tuned to local media outlets for further information.
The law enforcement warning has been extended until Friday at 8 p.m. The situation with the Hitler-dressed man has escalated in the past 7 hours. Over 50 people have joined in the violent assaults. Injuries are in the hundreds. You must remain indoors until the all-clear is given. The all-clear will be given once the emergency is over. Do not go outside. Do not call 911 without an actual emergency. Police are working to contain the situation. Do not participate in the violence as you will be arrested and questioned. You may use armed protection to defend life and property. Only use firearms as a last resort. This message will repeat in an hour. The emergency alert system has been activated.
The North Carolina State Police Department has issued a civil danger warning for Avery County until further notice. The Hitler-dressed man has a number of followers that are attacking people by means of biting. There have been confirmed cases of the Hitler followers eating people alive. Those bitten have developed a massive bacterial infection that causes high fever, sweating, delirium, meningitis, paranoia, auditory hallucinations and necrosis. Authorities believe the violence is being caused by an infectious disease, but this is not confirmed. Unconfirmed reports indicate that the Hitler-dressed man and his followers have obtained firearms and are now firing upon civilians. For your safety, lock all doors and windows to your home. Keep armed protection with you. Have enough food and water to last at least 5 days. Do not go outside. Keep phone lines open for emergency calls only. Misuse of emergency services will result in arrest. Martial law might be declared in the next 10 hours. Normal programming will be suspended to bring emergency information. This message will now repeat. Please await further instructions.
The North Carolina State Police Department, in conjunction with the North Carolina Health Department, has issued a contagious disease warning for Avery County, North Carolina, effective until further notice. All towns in Avery County are under quarantine. Authorities confirm that the Hitler-dressed man and his followers are in fact dead. A bacterial infection has caused people to die and reanimate. It seems that the infection is spread by contaminated fluids such as blood and saliva. Symptoms of infection include fever, sweating, vomiting, paranoia, delirium, auditory hallucinations. Once the victim dies, the bacteria reanimates most of the brain, but all other bodily functions are impaired. Martial law is in effect for Avery County. You are to remain indoors until the all clear is given. Have enough food and water to last at least 3 weeks. The undead Hitler and his undead followers are confirmed to have obtained weapons. Do not attempt to combat these creatures unless absolutely necessary. The army will support the police in destroying the threat. Close and secure all possible entrances to your home. Turn off lights. Hide in an interior room with minimal entrances without windows. Have a battery-powered or hand-crank radio with you to obtain emergency information. This message will now repeat. The emergency alert system has been activated.
A contagious disease warning is in effect for Avery County, Burke County, and Caldwell County. The following message is transmitted at the request of the Department of Health and Human Services. The zombie plague has spread to Burke County and Caldwell County. These counties are now quarantined. Each person infected follows orders of the zombie Hitler. Authorities believe that the infected have a hive mind. The contagion is bacterial in nature and is expected to spread to the rest of North Carolina. You must seek shelter in a sturdy building without windows. Have a stock of food, water and medication to last at least 1 month. Keep armed protection with you at all times. Martial law is in effect until further notice. Unruly behavior will not be tolerated. You will be arrested and held in detention without legal counsel. If you are infected, commit suicide immediately. Once you turn, you will end up joining zombie Hitler. All infected have a hive mind. The Nazi zombies have killed police and stole their weapons. Do not go outside until the all clear is given. The all clear will be given once the emergency has ended. This message will repeat.
A contagious disease warning is in effect for all of North Carolina, effective until further notice. The Nazi zombie plague is spreading across the state, causing over 20,000 casualties. Zombie Hitler has set up a base at Leanville City Hall. The Nazi zombies have obtained military vehicles and heavy machinery. Battalions from the United States Army have set up buffer zones along the state border. Focus has shifted from containment to evacuation. Once the evacuation is complete, the United States Marines will launch a series of nuclear sterilization strikes. The largest cities in North Carolina will be hit with sterilization strikes. These strikes will occur in 72 hours. Please evacuate the danger zone immediately or face certain death. This message will now repeat.
This is the emergency alert system serving the Nashville, Tennessee area. The Federal Emergency Management Agency has issued a radiological hazard warning for all of Tennessee from now until September 15th. Aircraft from the United States Marines have firebombed all major cities to quell the Nazi zombie army. Nuclear fallout is spreading across the southeastern United States. There are also reports of zombie attacks near the state border, though this is not yet confirmed. You must seal cracks in doors and windows with duct tape or damp towels. Turn off heating and ventilation systems. Hide in an interior room without windows. Have enough essential supplies to last at least 2 weeks. Do not leave your shelter until authorities give the all clear. Martial law is in effect. Unruly behavior will not be tolerated. You will be arrested and held in detention without formal charges. This message will now repeat. Please stand by for further information.
The Maryland National Guard has issued a civil danger warning for Baltimore, Maryland. Several Nazi zombies were confirmed to have entered the Western Cemetery and the Baltimore Cemetery. These Nazi zombies, through unknown means, have raised the dead from their graves. The newly risen dead have attacked civilians by means of biting. In addition, the zombie Hitler has teleported himself to Nashville, Tennessee. The Nazi zombie army is growing. Human sympathizers are producing Nazi uniforms for the zombies. Bombs have went off in multiple cities in the past 4 hours. You must seek shelter underground immediately. The Nazi zombies are contaminated with nuclear fallout. The president has signed a bill declaring a national emergency. At 8 p.m. tonight, the emergency alert system will be activated on a national level. Normal programming will be suspended indefinitely. This message will repeat every 5 minutes. The emergency alert system has been activated. This is an emergency action notification requested by the White House. All EAS participants will follow activation procedures in the EAS Operations Handbook for a national-level emergency. This is an emergency action notification. This station has interrupted its regular programming at the request of the White House to participate in the emergency alert system. During this emergency, most stations will remain on the air to furnish news and information for your local area. If you are not in this local area, you should now tune to stations providing news and information for your local area. This is WJRT and we will continue to serve the Flint, Michigan area. Do not use the telephone lines. The telephone lines must be kept open for emergency use. This is an emergency action notification. This station has interrupted its regular programming at the request of the White House to participate in the emergency alert system. During this emergency, most stations will remain on the air to furnish news and information for your local area. If you are not in this local area, you should now tune to stations providing news and information for your local area. This is WJRT and we will continue to serve the Flint, Michigan area. Do not use the telephone lines. The telephone lines must be kept open for emergency use. The following message is transmitted at the request of the United States Department of Paranormal Countermeasures and the Department of Defense. The Nazi zombie plague has spread across the continental United States. The zombies are able to use powerful magic and can turn anybody into a zombie. Nazi zombies have built death camps in Maryland. The nuclear fallout from the failed sterilization strikes have contaminated the southeastern United States. The Nazi zombies have also taken control of several broadcasting stations. In response to the crisis, the president has formally declared war against the Nazi zombies. Support from NATO is going to arrive in about 72 hours. Shelters have been set up in various locations across the United States for survivors. Anybody bitten will not be allowed in these shelters. Agents from the Department of Paranormal Countermeasures are locating the source of the paranormal anomaly. Stay in shelters until an all clear is given. Do not go outside. Keep armed protection with you at all times, ideally a shotgun. Complete destruction of the brain is the only way to stop the undead. If bitten, commit suicide immediately or you will become a zombie. This message will now repeat.